Today we're going to be addressing what I said, which is the ailments that are coming into our bodies through being a little bit more sedentary and having a lot more thoughts in our minds. So that means from here up. So I'm going to do some work on the upper body, our shoulders and our necks. Now I know 1, 2, 3, 4 of you in this class today specifically have contacted me with some issues around those parts of your body. And some of you I've given some homework to, and when I give individuals homework, I actually film it, and it's in our question and answer section, which will continue to have things about, okay, you've got a tear in your supraspinatus, or you've got a medial meniscus tear, or you keep getting headaches, or you've got numbness in your fingers, whatever it is that's going on. I put a sequence of a few movements or stretches together, and I ask you to do them for homework. Now, homework's harder to do if all you can do is remember half of what I'm saying. So if we can continue to use the YouTube as a way to tap in to remind you, that might just help with doing the homework. So in saying that, let's get started. Is everybody warm enough? Because today is a little bit chilly. Yep. So sit either up on your heels or in a cross-legged position, whichever way is comfortable for you. Now I've just moved because I spend a lot of time just sitting on my heels. So wherever you can also get your hands at your hips. And from there I want you to take a deep breath in to the front and the side of your ribs and drop your head to your chest, drawing your abdominals in. And then inhale, let it come back up. So we're getting the idea of how can I mobilize my skull over my cervical spine and drawing my abdominals to support my pelvis and lower and mid back. And inhale, back to looking forward. Exhale, draw pelvic floor in and lower abdominals and spin your skull over your cervical spine. And inhale, up. Exhale, you draw up from the belly and let the head fold forward. And inhale, 2 more, draw in to push that flexibility up through the spine to allow your head to nod. And in. And last one, we'll keep our head there. Let's all relax our shoulders. And over. As you inhale, look over towards your right shoulder. And exhale back to the center. Inhale, look over your left shoulder. And exhale back to center. Inhale, look over your right shoulder. Exhale to center. But don't just move it. Experience the ease with which you can do it. Or whether there's a little area that gets a little tight. So lengthen the neck at that point to see if you can go further over to your left. And exhale back through the center. Look over the right, back to center, and looking over the left. Now hold it there, take another breath in, and look up so you just see the corner of the room, and then come through center. Inhale to the right, and exhale to center. So we're rotating just at a higher level, or mid-level it is, of the cervical spine. And center, and right, and look up a little further, lifting through the abdominals and the mid-spine. And look, you should be almost able to look forward now. And look over your left shoulder, and exhale to center. And look to the right, lengthen through the back of your neck, and exhale, center, and Kevin, inhale, and center, and turn, and center. down and see if you're going further down. Shoes, shoes, and up, and exhale down. Inhale up. Now we're going to do a turn. So you turn to the left, look up to the ceiling. It's like you're gazing at the beautiful night sky, and then look over the right shoulder and look forward. So we're doing a semicircle. Look over the left and up and over to the right. Look forward, look left, look up and to the right. One more this direction, center, to the left, look up, let your eye gaze follow, and to the right and center. Now we're going to go to the other way. Turn over your right shoulder, look up, keep the breath, and then over to the left, through the center, look over to the right, look up, and feel the ease with which your skull will glide over the first two vertebrae of your cervical spine. Turn to the left, look up, and feel the juice and the fluids that are in there as they get tight, and you don't allow your skull to glide over the cervical vertebrae number 1, and those synovial fluids around the joint, they're there to lubricate, not to inhibit, and finish at the center. Now we're going to do some going down. So look down to your chest, look over the right, look all the way up, over to the left, look down. So it's a full circle now. Again, keeping it slow so you feel the glide, not the crunch and creak. If any of you are getting a little tight in the hip flexors, change the position of your feet. And keep circling around. I didn't quite know your neck could have such ease-filled movement as it did a complete 360. And we're going to go the other way. Keep the shoulders relaxed, your abdominals active, your breath full. And 2 more this way, and take this time to observe where, does it feel a little bit easier or more challenging going this way? Do my shoulders lift here? Do I find there's a little bit of crackling? And then bringing it forward, and arms come forward as well. So if you haven't changed your position, change it now, because that's a long time sitting in one position. I've chosen a long sit here, and I want my fingers to reach forward. So you want to point your fingers forward towards the camera. And inhale, open the arms out like you're pushing a whole bunch of water back with the backs of your arms. And inhale there, and exhale, gather it and push it in like you're gathering a bunch of flowers. Inhale here, lengthen through the neck. Exhale, push it out. Inhale there, exhale, gather it in. So it's like you're lifting weights, but we're keeping that length that we've got with our circles of the neck. And exhale, push it away with the back of your neck and really working into your abdominals. And inhale there, and exhale, push towards the center, reaching fingertips forward. Inhale, exhale, push away. Inhale, Exhale, gather it in. Place your hands down onto the floor and sweep them back and bring them forward and reach them to the ceiling. It's a breath like a wave, so you lift your chest, but you're still looking to where the wall meets the ceiling. And exhale, come down, sweep the arms back and extend through the front of the shoulders. So we're giving you a stretch here. Inhale, exhale, the backs of your arms sweep along the floor until they lift off. Once you get beyond shoulder height, you inhale, it's like a breath up. Exhale, push down. Inhale, sweep back. Exhale, push down. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, push down. Inhale, sweep back. Lift your sternums, everyone, so you get the stretch in the front of the shoulders. Exhale, push down. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, push down. Inhale, sweep back. Exhale, push down. Inhale, sweep up, hold it there. And circle the arms out to the side, flexing at the wrist. And hold it here. Flex your toes. And we're going to do circles with our arms. Circle 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7. Use your abdominals and your breath. Let's go the other way. 1, 2. Check that the head is relaxed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push. Now we're going to do one finger at a time. Pinky down, circle around. Fourth finger down, circle around. Third finger down, circle around. First finger down, circle around. So we're in a fist. Now we have to come back with first pointer finger up. And that, some fingers don't isolate very well, and it will just stretch the nerves that innervate them. And circle it. 2 fingers, and circle it. And 3 fingers, and circle. And 4 fingers, and circle. All 5 fingers, and bring them down to the floor. Palms up, palms forward, bring them towards you. So you see your hands, elbows together if you can get them there. And then lead with the elbows to bring your arms out to the side like you can hear what your hands are saying. Inhale, exhale, lead with the elbows so you stretch through the rhomboids at the back and all through your paraspinal muscles. And so you see what your hands are saying. Inhale, exhale, lead with the elbows to hear what your hands are saying. Inhale, gather through the armpits, get those rare balls under your armpits, activate your lats and your abdominals, and reach the elbows forward to see what your hands are saying. Check that your neck is nice and relaxed. Exhale, lead with the elbows to hear what your hands are saying. Inhale, exhale, reach the elbows forward, draw the abdominals in, palms facing towards you. Exhale, reach your elbows out to here. So expand the space between your ears and your hands. Got 2 more to go. Exhale, reach with the elbows, look to hear what your hands are saying. Sit up tall on your sits bones. And exhale, reach your elbows away. Last one, in and exhale, lead with the elbows. And from here, you want to take your arms up a little, but only as high as you can still keep the elbows together, and you'll feel a stretch through the back of your neck and the space between your shoulder blades. Don't let your shoulders come up, it's just the arm moving up. So we're going to do 5 of them. Your arms will fatigue because they're not used to this. So breathe in And exhale up. And you can even look down to your elbows. That will help keep your shoulders relaxed. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Try and keep those elbows together, everyone. Don't let them go apart just because they get lower. Last one. Hold it. Hold it. Now put your palms together like a prayer. Squeeze your forearms together. Look down at your elbows and squeeze and hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 2, 1. Woo. And let them float down. Shoulders come around, so taking them around. Now let your forearms come into it. So your shoulders are rolling in circles, your elbows, your wrists, take it out to the side, and your head and your ribs, and I want you to rock side to side. Bend your knees back into that diamond position because we're going to rock, and start to let the arms swing us and support us. And over, and over, and over. Think all that looseness we got in our neck and our cervical spine, our arms, our wrists, and all the way through the mid-thoracic. You're going to do 6 more, but speed it up. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, and I said 6, but let's go 10, 9, and sit tall. Now you're going to put your whole elbow on the floor and let it take your weight. Turn the top leg in and slide it back. And so your hand in front is supporting you. You've got the back elbow on the floor and the front hand on the floor. Now you should feel a stretch through the front of that hip. And so we're going to get a bit more stretch and straighten it back. So you get a little more intensity stretch through the tendon of your hip flexor group. So push up with the front hand. And now reach the front arm through. And breathe in and circle that arm around. Look back behind you. Bend the elbow and scoot the arm forward. We're going to do 5 circles around. But keep stabilized through that bottom shoulder. Remember my cue of don't think you're sitting at the beach sunbaking. You're in a Pilates class. So lift up the armpit away from the floor. Open the top ribs. Scoop the arm through so it's a bit of a dive. Inhale up and over. Exhale, contract and dive through. Inhale up and over. Exhale, contract and dive through. Inhale up and over. That's the way. Nice expansion through the chest. Reach it up. Last one. Exhale through. And arm up. Keep the arm to the ceiling. Bend that top leg in and bring the bottom leg back so that you are in more of like a clam position really. And then you're going to push your self up and take your hand by your side. We're going to do some side bends. Now those of you that have a little bit of a shoulder issue, you're joining with me. So we're going to do this on the wrist because I don't think there's anyone here that's got a wrist issue. So if you do, you can do it down here. But for anyone who hasn't, and also just to help us establish good shoulder positioning, you want to think that you've activated the muscles behind your shoulder and going down to your hip. So just, you know our 3 mermaid curls up? Inhale, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Now the next time we're going to go all the way up to a side bend as you inhale. So take your arm a little further away. It's always a nice equal triangle. if we're going to try the first one with your feet stacked, but if that you find it's a little bit challenging and your balance gets wobbly, all you have to do is put your top foot forward. And inhale, up we go, and you get to the right angle triangle. Lift up your ribs, lift up that top arm, lift it, draw your shoulder blade down towards your hips. Remember that rare edition book you've got under your armpit? Keep it there. Draw your abdominals in, lift, 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 bend your knees, bend your hips, and look down. Now choose your position, because some of you got a bit wobbly then, but that might be that breakfast is a little bit too soon, not far away, whatever, got a full belly, or you need to put your foot in front. Now make sure, I'm going to demonstrate one here. Can you see how I'm in an equal triangle? When I go up, the direction of my movement goes that way. So I go long that way, and then as I bend through the knees and the hips, I come back and down. So let's do one together. Inhale and up we go towards your head. Lift it up. Oh, much better. And exhale, coming down. Straighten out your legs, face away, fingertips behind you, and just stretch up. And exhale, curl. So we're stretching through the back of the wrists here. Bend your elbows, everyone. So you actually do bend your elbows. Straighten the elbows by drawing your lower trapezius on. So what are they? Your scapula, your shoulder blades, draw them down towards your hips. Lifting up through your chest. And exhale, C curve. Take your tailbone towards your pubic bone and your abdominals to your spine and look down towards your knees. Inhale, push up. Exhale, draw your abdominals in and scoop and curl. Inhale, push up. Exhale, scoop and curl. Just sit up comfortably in neutral. Bend your knees and roll back to that previous side. Put the top arm out to help support you while you roll down to your side and lay your head on your bottom bicep. We're going to do a set of clams here. So give me your best neutral pelvis and neutral spine, lifting your waist away from the floor and make sure that top hip is stacked vertically on top of the bottom. And inhale, prepare. Exhale, push the top foot into the bottom and externally rotate, reaching that thigh long. So you get that spiraling outward movement. And inhale, come down without moving out of neutral. Exhale and rotate. Relax through the neck. And inhale, lower to the floor. Exhale, rotate. Inhale and lower. Exhale and rotate. Inhale and lower. Exhale, rotate. Inhale and lower. Exhale, rotate. Inhale and lower. And exhale. Hold it there. And we're going to do 4 extended clams. So while you're still in external rotation, you extend the leg out, keeping it turned out and bend it in. That's the inhale. Exhale is extend, drawing in through the abdominals. Inhale and bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale and bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Keep this shoulder relaxed. 2 more. Extend. And bend. Extend. Bend. Now lift that foot off the bottom one. Turn it in without moving your pelvis. That's an inhale. Exhale. Take it back to a clam position. Inhale. Knee to knee. Exhale, rotate it out. Inhale and knee to knee. Exhale and rotate. Inhale, in. So you should be feeling it a little more in the front muscles of the side. And back and forward. Now we're going to do 5 in double time, which means fast. And 1, and in, and out, and in, and out. In, out, in, 3, and 2, and 1, and wobble. Last sequence here is open the leg, so it's not externally rotating, it's just abducting and down. We're going to add an arm with it. So your arm reaches long, and as you open the leg, you open the arm. Close the leg, close the arm. Together. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And the arms reaching long. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Beautiful synchronicity here, everyone. Congratulations. And for our last 2, keep it up. This quarter ballet is doing brilliantly. And down. And up. Now, extend the leg, but keep the arm where it is. Extend. And 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reversal. 1, 2, 3. Draw your abdominals towards your spine. And bend that leg. Take hold of it with your arm. Straighten the bottom leg. And place that top foot in front of the other one. And push your knee away. And you should feel a little stretch through the back of the hip. And what I am going to do is now ask you to keep this hand on your ankle. So it's a little harder to keep it there, but what you'll see, if you straighten out the arm that's on the floor and keep your head there, you will actually get a stretch through the upper traps on that upper side of your neck. So you've got to roll that shoulder back, keep hold of the ankle, reach the arm on the floor long, and let your head drop down to it. Now if they are a little bit tight, those muscles, it will feel a little intense. Bear with it for another 10 counts. And 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fold that knee in, straighten the leg down, use your top hand to roll onto your front, and we're going to do 6 diamond press. So place your palms of your hands on top of each other and lower your forehead down. And I know you all know how to do diamond press, so let's see some nice length through the back of your neck and the upper thoracic. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, push your spine up, vertebra by vertebra, wide through the elbows, lift the abdominals off the floor, and inhale, melt back down. Exhale up, and inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down nice and slowly. Lift the abdominals and lengthen through the back of the neck. And down. And up. One more after this and then we'll stay up. Staying up, Take your hands out to your Sphinx position. And I want you to drop your chin to your chest and turn and look towards your left shoulder. Lift your abdominals off the floor so your lower back doesn't hurt. And then look down to your chest. Look over to your right shoulder. And down. Look out to the left. Keep your elbows nice and wide. So draw your shoulder blades towards your hips. And down. Look over to the right. And back to center. Keep your head just looking down towards the floor. And slide out your left arm. And then bring it back. Slide up your right arm. And bring it back, but leading with the elbow. So getting back to that elbow concept we had at the beginning of class. Extend the left arm and bring it back. Extend the right arm, lift the abdominals and bring it back. It's the elbow bringing it back. Now it's the elbow resisting, taking it forward and bring it back. Extend the right and bring it back. One more, extend the left and bring it back. Extend the right, bring it back. Now take a little test, check that your abdominals are working for you. I want you to lift your abdominals off the floor and press your pubic bone into the mat a little bit. Look down to the mat below you. Lift your forearms off the floor. So your elbows are still on there. Keep your wrists nice and long. Everyone look left and right to see if you've chopped off at the wrists like that. Got to keep them long. Now exhale, lift the whole arm off the floor. Inhale, put just your elbows back down.